Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Talks. My name's Sebastian.
And I'm Josh, and today we have Rob, Luan, and Sandra, and we are planning on talking about Google Classroom.
We use Google Classroom a lot in all of our schools here, and we would like to see what teachers like about it or what don't like about it, and just have a general discussion about it. So let's start with Rob. How do you use Google Classrooms?
So I'm a fourth grade teacher, and I've used Google Classroom for pretty much every subject, writing, math, reading, just basically all subject areas. It's been only 1 year that I've been using the program, but I like it, my students like it, it's very interactive. I love how compatible it is with all the other Google applications like Google Docs, Google Sheets. It's just a really fun and easy way for the kids to interact with each other and with the teacher.
Okay. Luan, you're the expert here. What do you see in general?
So as being a district coach and rolling this out to the whole district, it's been amazing to see people's growth of just trying out with little things like maybe doing an announcement and getting to know how to add students and do little things to where people are now pushing videos and projects and everything. It's been pretty amazing. The learning curve has been really good. I mean, people have drastically improved using it, and I have probably 20, maybe at least 60 teachers that I know of that I've helped use it this year. So it's been amazing. Once a teacher uses it, they've used it. They don't go back.
So generally you'd say that once you start playing with it and start using it, it's pretty
Totally.
simple to get more advanced.
Totally. It makes your life so much easier because before, what'd you have to do? Students turn in 30 papers and that took a lot of time. Now you can digitally assign things, and even before Google Classroom, in my classroom, the kids made a Google Doc and they each shared it with me. So I got 30 emails every assignment I made, which
It's cumbersome.
It's cumbersome.
Yeah.
And then they would have to teach them to share with me, do this and that. And now Google Classroom, I make one template, push it out.
Streamlines all of
It
that.
streamlines everything.
Yeah.
It organizes in your folder, so I don't have to do any of that. It doesn't send me an email. I can check students' work on there, give them a grade. It's fantastic.
Cool.
Okay. And
Your
Sandra?
experience.
Well, at the beginning of the year, I usually assign the kids to a classroom, and I make a classroom for every one of my periods. And once they've signed in with the code that the Google Classroom gives you, then every day they get an email that I post something, and I try and post the assignments every day. I keep most of my assignments in PDF, but I'm trying to write them in Google Docs and Google Forms now. And so they're always attached if they're sick or they have a sports event or their parents want to actually see what the assignment looks like. The document is attached there in the classroom.
Okay. How difficult is it transferring it from the PDF to the classroom? Is that taking a lot of time?
No, when you add the assignment and then you just hit attach, there's a screen that says drag your file here, and I just go to the desktop and drag my file, plop it right in there.
Okay.
Cool.
It's very quick, very easy.
Is there a specific feature, and anybody can start with this, a specific useful feature that you use maybe regularly or when you need it, it's super helpful?
One thing that I do is morning work. So the kids come in, they grab their Chromebooks, and just by the way, the Google Chromebooks are amazing. Having one for every kid every day is just incredible for everybody.
Sure.
It's making such a difference. But we use a morning work exit ticket. So they're working on 1 or 2 math problems, and they'll just submit their answers, and you can see exactly what percentage of the kids get it right or wrong, and you can talk about it, and there's nobody embarrassed. It's just a really, really cool way to see that data instantaneously and not having to grade anything.
Cool.
I like to use it for web quests, and that's when the students have video clips and the questions are already there on the Google Docs. So the nice thing is they can go at their own speed, whereas when you're showing a video to the whole class, they often miss a couple of questions and they want you to slow down. When they do it in the web quest format on the Google Docs, they can go at their own speed and watch the video.
Cool. Do you feel like Google Classroom allows that a little bit more to be able to have the students go a little more at their own pace? I'm curious.
Yeah, it absolutely helps differentiation. I like doing videos also, and the kids can watch, for example, we do TED Talks, so the kids will watch a TED Talk video, and anyone that they choose, basically, it's TED Ed, and they'll just comment on it. It's like kind of like Facebook for teachers and for students. And it's just really cool to like watch their thoughts come together, and they take their time as much as they need.
Yeah.
And without Google Classroom, we wouldn't be able to do that.
Cool. Yeah, I definitely remember when I was a kid, there were definitely certain subjects that it would have been nice to have a little more of my own pace instead of trying to keep up. There were certain subjects where it was definitely challenging to do so. So that's cool.
Yeah, because you have students all the time that don't understand, and it's at their own pace. The parents know what they're doing. They can log in at home and see what videos Mr. Stasek or whoever's pushing out, and the parents can see what they're working on. They can watch the video themselves if they don't understand, and they can help their kids. So.
And there's the other side too, when a student catches it very quickly and they want to go forward, then they can go forward and then they can review backwards and forward and.
Great.
Yes.
So how do students generally interact with it? I know we covered a few things, but anything we didn't cover so far, Sandra?
Well, some of the things that I've had is I think I mentioned it already, but when they're sick, it's a good way to catch up on missing work. But also they do like writing on the computer. They typing rather than writing, so they do enjoy that experience to be able to type a document directly into the questions that are on the computer and just turn it right in instead of having to fill in spots on a printed document.
And you can actually read their typing.
Yeah, that's good for me. It's nice to be able to read their typing.
Nice.
I mean, kids love technology, and I mean, it's, in this day and age, I mean, it's essential for them to learn how to use it, and the earlier the better is what I think. So one example that we use usually, we have a slideshow every week for new vocabulary, like for reading. So we'll post the slideshow and then we'll go over it, but then the kids have it right there so they can go back and they can make up their own sentences using the vocabulary words. And some of the kids, it takes them 5 minutes, some of the kids, it takes them half an hour, but either way, they're all able to get it done.
I'd assume generally the kids, it's probably a pretty easy transition from whatever they were doing prior.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're pretty quick. Yeah. Most of the high schoolers are familiar with smartphones and everything anyway, and some of them can access the documents on smartphone. One other thing I like to do is I take my smartphone and take a picture of the board. And if I've been doing handwritten notes, sometimes you get a little carried away and you're making all these elaborate notes, and then the kids want them for the future. And when you take photographs of them, you don't have to keep these reams of scrap paper where you've made notes. You just take pictures of them and put them right there in the assignment for the day.
Okay, I have a general question about its use. So the students are interacting with Google Classroom, but inside Google Classroom, are the students interacting with each other? Or is it just student, Google Classroom, and teacher?
They can interact with each other if you turn that facility on.
And that is opening Pandora's box.
Is
Yes,
it primarily
it is.
off right now?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
primarily off.
Okay.
That's one thing I do when I do trainings that I tell the teachers, like one of the first things, turn that off because you never know what you're going to get.
Sure.
Yes.
It might be beneficial in the future, or if you get more comfortable with the system, or you're prepared to monitor that a little better.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it's probably, especially if you're getting into it early, keep that off.
Yeah, kids can interact with each other on docs. Like they can share the docs with each other and
do
then
some
give each other
collaboration and
feedback
whatnot.
and collaboration. But within
Classroom
the classroom,
itself.
it's not advised at this
Yeah,
point.
sure,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, I let them share their lab reports if they're in a lab group, and then they can combine and write one report. But they all three can be typing at the same time and seeing everybody's thoughts come out right before them.
It's definitely one of the great features of the Google G Suite or whatever we're calling it at this point. Is the collaboration piece, obviously, and the live collaboration. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving along, what are is there a feature or features that you think would be beneficial that that doesn't exist right now?
One thing I know people were asking for, and it just came out this year, is that teachers can assign it to multiple other classes that they have, or other teachers. Like if you're in a 4th grade team, you can actually assign this one assignment to your whole team.
So more broad shareability within the classroom. Okay,
And I've
that's
started sharing with the special ed case managers so they can also look at the assignments that their students should be keeping up with. So that's been a good resource.
That's cool.
Yeah, one thing, I guess, a feature that I would like to see, it incorporates like what we're doing this year with Recap. It's like video response system. So having that kind of thing on if you ask a question, because you can do that in Classroom, but it's either a short answer or a multiple choice. But letting the kids video record the response into Classroom would be fantastic.
That would be amazing. I actually thought of that right before you said it.
Okay, so some sort of video response would be great.
You can do it with another app, like with Recap.
Yeah, but you want it built in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Google,
think
be listening.
I think it would be nice if the grading system and the Google Classroom were together. I don't know who would have to give, Synergy or Google, but so that their grades are not in two places.
Sure. We had that challenge with Moodle when some folks, there was a small portion of people were playing around with Moodle and some folks were using it pretty heavily, and that was their concern or challenge as well, was you're living pretty much in this one ecosystem, and now I got to take that and put it over here too. I'm not sure where that would go, but maybe there's a way to integrate it at some point. That might be possible. Cool. Now, to get on maybe the negative side or the downsides, if there are any, are there things that you have problems with or things that you don't like about it? Or is it just amazing and everything's awesome?
No, it's really new, and just getting teachers to use it and continue to use it, and yeah, I would say that
so far pretty good.
No, I wouldn't say there's any complaints or big.
I think it's getting better all the time, don't you?
They're improving it.
As problems come up, they seem to respond fairly quickly. I think the only problem for a classroom teacher is Wi-Fi.
And not having the Chromebooks or not having technology to.
Yes, I have the Chromebooks, so you know I don't see that view, but I'm sure others wish they had them.
Sure. Okay.
Something I don't have as much experience with is the grading feature. So I tried that out a couple times and it was just very tedious at first. With practice it'll get faster, I'm sure, but overall I think that the grading could be a little more efficient.
Okay.
Maybe.
Good to know.
Okay. So, do you have any advice for teachers who are reluctant to try it?
The only thing is try it.
Yeah.
You just have to jump in with both feet, try it, and then you'll be surprised after the first couple of times how quickly it becomes intuitive.
Just having a growth mindset, I think, and that's a big thing we're talking about in fourth grade now, just being open to change and trying to get better at everything. And I think Google Classroom helps kids be more efficient, it helps them communicate better, and if teachers realize that and they're aware of that, they're more likely to give it a try.
And I think a lot of people are reluctant because they don't have any support. So definitely, like my job this year, helping teachers use Google Classroom and doing lessons with them and for them and showing them the extra features and all that definitely lowered that reluctantness. So they definitely latched on more.
How can folks get a hold of you if they need your help?
Just email me and I'll help.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's all the questions we have for right now. Anybody have any last thoughts they want to share? Or are we good?
We're good, except when can Luan come over and help me?
Anytime, email me and I'll help.
Okay,
Perfect.
good.
Perfect. Well, I just want to thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it, and hopefully folks will see this and feel a little more confident and at least giving it a shot.
Yeah, it is a huge time saver. I would really recommend anyone that has the technology in their class to try it and do it. Even the computer lab assistants are doing it in their computer lab.
Cool.
So it's
great.
It's amazing.
There's so many. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Would you be interested in having some kind of like a teaching session for teachers, showing them how it works?
Yeah. I'll talk.
Okay.
Talk to
So maybe we can after this
Yeah.
get some sort of other supports in place, or maybe some other opportunities for people to check it out. Cool.
I was gonna say there's just so many possibilities with it, and kids can get creative with it. I shared like my Pinterest photos, and they picked some, and they were able to like do some drawings based on that. So I mean, the sky's the limit. I mean, if you can think of it, you can probably make it work somehow.
Great. Thank you very much.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching Tech Talks.
See you next time.
Are my eyes weird? Are they weird? I was wearing my glasses all day.
Keep rubbing harder.
Because I was wearing my glasses all day, so they're a little, you know. Okay.
We're recording.
We are?
Okay.
Oh,
Would you rub your eyes?
are we starting? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, sir. You're the lead off.
I thought we were going to get like a countdown or something.
Why would we count?
3, 2, 1, action.
Okay.
You got it.
All right, give me a second now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tech Talks. My name's Sebastian.
And I'm Josh, and today we have Rob, Luan, and Sandra, and we're going to talk about Google Classroom.
So we use Google Classroom a lot at the district, and we kind of want to hear what teachers experience with it. What teachers experience are
What's
Can't
the
speak
teachers?
English.
What the teachers' experiences have been? Using
We'd
it?
like to know what the
Tyranny?
tyranny. We'd like to know what the
Use it
teachers'
now.
experiences. We'd like to know what the teachers' experiences have been with it so
Sure.
far.
First-hand
So
experience.
I'd like to ask. So how do you use Google
start
Classroom,
over.
Rob? Could you? I was just
No.
practicing it.
Nope. No practice.
Okay. All right. We're gonna start over.